Wow.
Today we're going to be cooking a Greek honey cake, also known as karitopita.
Karitopita.
We're going to start off with 2 cups of all-purpose flour.
And to that, what are we going to add, Jubes?
We're going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, Cougar.
Baking powder makes it rise. Baking powder in your eyes.
So we're just going to scoop this right on up and dump that in there like that.
A nice level spoon. I'm not sure about the dumping. Jubes is kind of sloppy. What's next?
And then we're going to add ½ teaspoon of salt, Cougar.
Salt, salt, salt. Salt brings out the sweetness in all of your desserts.
And we're just going to dump that in there like that.
That didn't look like quite a ½ teaspoon, but whatever she says.
But it was. Okay, on. Now we're going to have 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
Ground cinnamon. Yummy, yummy, yummy. What are you doing?
I'm going to put the...
What, you're going to make a mess? Let's take the lid off. Yeah.
I can't believe you know it.
This Jubes and her cooking show is absolutely fabulous. Oops, oops. All right.
We're
Not your mom. I'm the Cougar.
Okay. And then we're going to add our 2 teaspoons of orange zest.
Which equates to about what?
Which equates to about, tell them, Cougar.
The zest of 1 orange.
Dump that in there like that. You know, and if you need to, grab your little whisk and make it all happen up in there.
Or a spatula.
Just enough stuff. There we go.
Get it out there, girl. Get it
All
out.
right, and then we're going to mix this up.
Yep.
Okay, just like this, you know, just so everything's mixed up in there all good. Now, this is our, tell them what this is, Coo.
That is our dry mixture
Yes.
that we'll be adding a little bit later to our wet mixture. So we're going to set that to the side.
And over here.
And
Coo,
we are
tell us what
going
we're
to
start with next.
start here. If you could take that for me, didn't mean to leave that there. If you can see, we've got 1½ cups of sugar. We have 1½ cups of butter, which is 3 sticks of butter. This is room temperature butter because it's very hard to cream hard, cold, refrigerated butter.
Make sure
So
you
first we're going to add our
throw it in there.
butter. I don't throw, honey. No, no, no.
Okay.
And then we're going to our butter, add our 1½ cups of sugar.
Sugar.
You got it, girl. You got it, girl. Let's get this thing going. We're going to turn this little mixer on. First, we're going to lock it in place, because then we'll have patter everywhere. But we are going to mix the sugar
So it's light
and the butter. So it's light and fluffy, like the way she interrupted me. I love it. I love it. When it's light and fluffy, we're going to begin to add our 6 eggs. I'd show you that these are 6 eggs, but I would then show you that they're all in the same bowl. But anyway, we're going to add them one at a time. You say, how can we add them one at a time when you got them all in the same bowl? Handy dandy little spatula. So we're mixing, we're getting light and fluffy, and we're adding 1 egg.
1.
Yay! We'll let it blend in. We'll add 2 eggs.
2.
Uh-oh, we'll let it blend in. We're adding 3 eggs.
3.
Uh-oh, we'll let it blend in. We're adding 4 eggs.
4.
Uh-oh, we'll let it blend in. How many now? 5.
5 eggs.
Bam! We'll let it blend in.
And now with the last egg.
I think we're going to let it mix a little bit more. Mix a little bit more. Mix a little bit more. Oh,
Cougar, let's do it.
egg number 6. Stace. Stace eggs. Stace eggs. Stace eggs. Uh-oh. We got us a little soupy, buttery, eggy, sugary mixture here. And while we got this thing going, I'm actually going to stop this mixer.
And
Because,
now,
like I see on the Food Network, you got to scrape your bowl down. Get the sides down so it'll all blend in before we add our what?
before we add our milk to our flour mixture,
Before we add our dry ingredients.
while Coog is doing that, we're going to add ½ cup of milk to our dry flour mixture.
No, we're not. Mm-mm. We are going to add our dry mixture to our wet mixture, alternating with milk, ending and beginning with the flour mixture.
Okay, so we're just going to add this nice and neat.
I'll do the flour if you do the milk juice, because we need to alternate how we add it. So I'm going to do a little bit at a time because we don't want to get what? Dry flour all over the place. A little bit of milk. Great. We're getting really blended in here. We'll little bit more flour. And we'll add a little bit more what? Milk. Wonderful. More milk. More milk. Good. More flour. We're getting a really nice consistency here.
Now we're just going to add some more milk. Cougar's going to add the rest of that flour in
I'm
there.
going to add a little bit more flour. You're going to add the rest of that milk. And boom, we're going to add the rest of the flour. No. Okay, put that over there. We'll let this mix a little bit more. What we're going to do now when this is finished mixing is we're going to add it to a prepared pan. I'm going to grab my pan from over here. A prepared pan is a pan that we have in advance done what with?
Greased it with a little bit of ham.
That's right. We have also preheated our oven to
350.
because we need to bake this cake for
40 minutes.
normally our recipe calls for a 9-inch cake pan, but because we are savoring Miss Lehman's large class today, we have
A 10-inch pan.
we have a 14 by 11 because we doubled our recipe. All right, I think we're all mixing. Whoa! Only on TV, baby. Only on TV. We are done here. We've got some nice consistency to our batter. Smells like lovely batter. I don't know. Do you like the way the batter smells?
Oh, it smells great. I could just
I mean,
put it in my
fabulastic,
stomach and
fabulicious.
let it digest.
I'm gonna taste it.
Oh.
You're not supposed to do that, but I did. Because a real chef, what? She gonna get points taken off? Don't take off the point. Don't take off the points. Don't take off the points. Don't take off the points.
Her hands are clean, just to let
Oh, my hands are slap clean. Anyway, we're wasting a lot of time here because I know you're ready to
So
get some of
let's
this delicious honey cake.
stir this up.
So, we're going to pour our batter into the prepared pan. Once I get my little mixer off of here. And I'm all about not wasting. All right. Let's put the prepared pan right here between us, Jubes. We'll take our mixing bowl off. We'll do our little whisk.
So you can get everything nice and up in there.
Yeah.
So you can taste all the yummy flavor, the
Taste.
cinnamon and all that.
All of the yummy flavor. So, you know what I figured out while Jubes is doing her project here is we're looking at Greek desserts, and I love Greek food. I especially love chicken Slovaki, heroes, with chicken of course, and their desserts. But we've noticed that quite a bit of their desserts are actually made with honey and nuts. We did omit the nuts from this recipe, but we're going to have lots of honey. How we're going to do the honey is we're actually going to make a honey glaze. Let me finish that for you, Jubes.
I might have it, but thanks, Mom.
Well, you know, the cougar's always trying to do something extra.
Now I'm just gonna go.
Let's not waste. Let's get some of this stuff off of here. I mean, we don't want to have to waste any food we could have fed somebody in Africa with, right? Or somebody downtown Charlotte at the shelter. There we go.
Now I'm just gonna pop this here in the oven for 40 minutes, our preheated oven at 350, and I'll be right back.
And while Jubes is going to pop that in the oven, I'm going to clean up so that we can make our honey syrup. See you
Welcome back
soon.
to the Good Juvie. Now we're going to prepare to make our honey syrup for the Greek honey cake. We're going to start off with 2 cups of white sugar in our little pot here. That's good. Okay. And then we're going to add our 2 cups of honey. Tell them about the honey, Cougar.
The honey is actually very, very, very thick. We use the sourwood honey because we love the way it tastes. But honey, as you can see, is very, very sticky. So to ensure that we use the right amount of honey or all the honey that we've measured, we want to make sure we've got a nice, good spatula, which is the key to baking, to get all that extra good stuff out of there. While I'm adding this honey and making sure we get the rest of it, Jubes is going to add what?
1.5 cups of water.
This is a syrup, so it's almost just like making your own sugar syrup. And water and sugar is pretty much it. But we're adding honey because this is a Greek honey cake, right?
Right.
We're going to whisk this together. I'll give that whisk to you, Jubie. It was too hard. Once we get this all whisked together, we're going to take our medium saucepan over to our stove and do what?
We're going to let it simmer for 5 minutes, and after that, what are we going to do, Clue?
After we've let it simmer for 5 minutes, and unfortunately this part you won't see, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice to allow us to cook it for an additional 2 minutes. And then our honey syrup will be prepared and ready to go over our Greek honey cake. Welcome back.
Now that we've allowed our Greek honey cake to cool for 15 minutes, we are cutting up our Greek honey cake into diamond-like shapes, just like the baklava, and just finishing this up. And after we do that, Cougar is gonna pour the honey syrup over.
This is
our
our
cake as the glaze.
Yeah, this is our prepared hot honey syrup. You'll see that it makes a lot of honey syrup, and it's very, very sweet. So you can use all of it or some of it, depending on what you like. All right, so you want to make sure that you're not pouring this syrup until you've cut the diamond shapes. The cutting actually allows the syrup to soak through on the cake, which is why it's such a very moist cake.
Sweet, it's very sweet.
Very, very sweet. Jubes, you're all about the honey. You ready for me to stop or keep going?
I just put a little bit more, spread a little bit more. And I think that'll be nice and good.
Yeah, so we
Don't
use
give
quite a
anyone
bit.
attack.
See? Now you can look and see how nice and shiny that is. And ready for you guys to eat. Enjoy!